What's going on, everyone? I'm Alex, and today I'm taking a look at the MXIII-G TV Box. This is running Android 5.1, so let's see how it does. What's going on, everyone? I'm Alex, and in today's video I'm gonna do a review of the MXIII-G TV Box. So this is running Android 5.11. I got this box for 63 bucks from gearbest.com. I left a link in the video's description if you wanna check it out. I think it's a pretty decent box for 63 bucks. I mean, you can watch pretty much any movie, show, whatever you wanna do, even play some certain games on it. It has a quad core processor, 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage. It can decode 4K and 2K movies. However, I don't really have any 4K or 2K movies to show you. It has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi connectivity, or you can just connect the Ethernet cable to it. There is also a HDMI cable, like HDMI output right here, an audio, digital audio, optical audio, the AV plug, and this is where the power goes. On this side we have 2 USB ports, an OTG cable. It does come with a cable. If you want to see that, you can go ahead and check the unboxing video, and you can also use a SD card. Other than that, there is nothing on the sides of the box. On the front here we have the power button. Whenever the box is off, this is red. When it's on, it stays blue, so it's right here. At the back of the box we just have some holes so it can cool down. This is not too slippery, it's kind of like rubberish, but it's plastic, but with a rubber finish. Other than that, the box does look pretty decent. It comes with this remote. The remote is the only thing I don't like about this box. All this box seems to have the exact same remote. This one takes 2 AAA batteries, but the remote leaves a lot to be desired. The mouse button, you press the mouse button, it takes a while till it switches to mouse button, and then sometimes it doesn't work. A few apps are difficult to use either with the arrows or with the mouse, so I would definitely invest in another remote. I have one that was like 12 bucks or so, and it has a keyboard and like a mouse track, and you can just point it at the TV and it moves. So much better than this remote. However, let's keep in mind the box, it's only 63 bucks. Next I'm gonna turn this on, and we'll move to in front of the TV so you can see some settings and what you can do. I'm in front of the TV right now. I'm gonna start with the settings app so you can see all the settings here. So network, very simple, just the Wi-Fi. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, I don't have a cable here. If we go into the display, we can zoom in, zoom out the screen. So for example, I can zoom it out a bit. You can see it getting smaller and smaller. I'm gonna zoom it back in so we can see better the entire screen. And after that, sounds, nothing very interesting. I mean, if you have a surround sound, you'd connect the optical audio. I don't have one on this TV. If we go to storage, here we are gonna see the space available. So we only have available 4.8 gigs. Here you can see what's taking the space. After storage, we can go into about. Here we can see the device's name, so MXIII-G, the version of the Android, which is 5.11. There is also a system update in here, but there is no update at this particular moment. So I'm just gonna check again. I checked earlier this morning. However, it's gonna do this for a couple of minutes and then say there is no update. So we'll just go back. Languages, there are quite a few languages supported. I'm quickly gonna run through them. Hopefully you can read them. There are a lot of languages: Portuguese, Romanian, Slovakian, and whatnot. So a lot of languages supported here, and it keeps going. So I have it set on English. The keyboard, nothing too special about the keyboard. You don't really type that much. It's difficult to type with this remote to begin with. I'm gonna use a different remote that has a keyboard on it. And if we go into more settings, basically you see the settings just like you'd see that on a phone or a tablet. For accessory here, basically you can turn on the Bluetooth. You can connect to your device, and you can like send files and stuff like that. This is the remote and it is connected. Here we have my Google account, and I am connected to my Google account. Alright, on top there you can see that you can set like the location, and you can see the temperature all the time. Some may like it, some may not. So, alright, so the Antutu benchmark score on this box, it's about 35,000. It's a quad core processor with 2 gigs of RAM, so it's not the fastest processor in the world. However, for watching movies and stuff like that, it's more than enough. So 35,000, we can see some info about the box here, the screen resolution for example, and stuff like that. The Android version, which is 5.11, and whatever it's supported and not supported, and obviously those sensors are not supported. This is a TV box, not a phone. If we go into online video here, basically just some apps, and you can basically add apps here as you download them. I'm gonna start showing you Netflix because it does work on this device really well. So I'm just gonna play a random. Let's start with this one for example. It is a bit difficult to use Netflix with the remote. With this remote, you have to like make it into a mouse. So to do that, you're gonna press once, and then you're gonna have the mouse right there to the right, as you can see it. So basically, you have to switch between the mouse and the remote. Unfortunately, they don't work together in the same time. I'm just gonna turn the volume down for copyright issues. And as you can see, it works really well. This has a lot to do with how fast your internet is. I'm guessing would be better if it wouldn't be through Wi-Fi, it would be through a cable, but again, I don't have a cable upstairs here. I'm gonna connect to a cable when I move the box downstairs. So Netflix, I had no issues with it whatsoever, worked really well. I'm gonna show you YouTube. So I'm gonna turn off the mouse here. Switch to YouTube. Again, I'm gonna need the mouse because it's difficult to use this remote. So I'm obviously gonna play one of my own videos. So yeah, the mouse here on the remote, it's a bit strange. Sometimes it works fine, sometimes it doesn't. For example, now it's not exactly working. So I'm gonna press the mouse button again, and it finally works. So you have to play with it a couple of times. I'm not sure what the issue is. So I'm just gonna go to subscriptions, and I'll scroll down, I guess. But again, I'm gonna have to switch, turn off the mouse and go back to the regular remote. But this is a long process. That's why I said I don't really like this remote. I'm gonna definitely use another one. Okay, so I'm gonna go down till I find all of my own videos here. So this one right here, for example, I'm gonna turn on the mouse again. So it is a bit difficult using this remote. Okay. I'm gonna go to videos, the mouse back on. and eventually we will get to see a YouTube video. So I'm just gonna play this one, and yes, trying to watch YouTube, it's quite a painful experience, unfortunately. The YouTube app is not exactly made for this box. Okay, so it's finally starting. Let's go to settings up there. And we'll go to quality. And even this is quite difficult to do. So I'll have to turn off the mouse somehow, but it's impossible basically. So you can't really get the quality there because as soon as you move the mouse, it switches back. So a bit difficult accessing YouTube. Let's make this full screen for a bit. And I'll attempt to make it 1080p. Okay, so it's kind of impossible at the moment. Watching Kodi, it's a much better experience. You can also watch YouTube on Kodi if you want to. So I'll just go to add-ons. If you used Kodi, you know you can add add-ons, and there are thousands of them with whatever movies you wanna see and whatever else you wanna see. So let's go to latest updates. Alright, so it's finally working, just so you have an idea how well it plays, and doesn't like, it runs very smooth. I haven't seen any movies no matter what that don't run smooth on the box. So you had an idea, just so you get an idea how Kodi works. Okay, we have the Play Store right here. This is very basic, like any other Play Store on any other device. You just install anything you want. You can basically install games if you have a remote or something that you can actually play them with. It's impossible to play them with this one. If we go into the browser here, so I have a couple of movies, different sizes on the USB stick that's connected to the box. So I have a 4 gig movie right here. It's a MP4 format. So just so you can see how this displays. I'm just gonna fast forward a bit. So this is a 4 gig movie that we're playing right now, and as you can see, it runs extremely smooth on it. This was the biggest that I had. So another format here, I have MXIII-V. Okay, let me just start this one. It's a 600 megabyte show. As you can see, it runs very smooth with this one as well. And all the other ones, I have a AVI here, if you wanna see this one too. I'm just gonna fast forward a bit so you can see how it runs. So very easy to use. Next, if we go into apps here, my apps, we can do like a screen mirroring with the phone. So let me find Miracast. Right, so I'm gonna bring my Note 4 right here. Gonna go into settings, NFC and sharing, screen mirroring. It's gonna find the device. It's gonna ask me to accept it. I'm gonna accept that. Connected, and I can see my phone. So whatever I do on the phone, you can basically see it there. If If I'm gonna go into gallery, hopefully I don't have any pictures that you shouldn't see. And you can basically scroll through pictures. It takes a bit of time to like get the entire information on the screen. For example. So it's like very half a second or less, probably much less than that. So the screen mirroring works fine most of the time. I'll go into my apps again. So you do have Skype super user, so it is rooted already, so you don't have to do anything. The update and the backup straightforward. TV files manager. Basically whatever you have on your box, like the storage and stuff like that. We have a media center here. I mean, you can play movies from your computer and stuff like that through the network, if you have the computer connected, of course. Other than that, it's a very decent box in my opinion. YouTube kind of sucks a bit, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures on that memory stick or on the box at the moment. Music, it's very straightforward. I mean, you have any music, you can just play any music you wish, but again, I don't have any music on the box. And considering you can install any app from the Play Store, you can basically install like SoundCloud and whatever you'd normally listen to. Overall, this is an awesome box. I haven't had any time that it like stopped or the movies or whatever I was watching didn't play smooth. So I would recommend buying this box. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.